and welcome in here live. I'm John Clement, bringing you all the Pioneers action all season long. Tonight, as the Elmira Pioneers take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, their first road trip out here to Jamestown this year, and the Tarp Skunks, formerly clad in those full black uniforms, tonight will be wearing a full white uniform with a tail by the numbers. Certainly an interesting look. Your Pioneers will be dressed fully clad in the gray uniforms. We'll see how they perform, coming off a win last night in the bottom of the ninth inning. An absolutely huge game that they needed to break a 2-game losing streak. The Pioneers will be going right back to work, and they'll certainly have an interesting lineup to do it. We'll talk more about that when we come back after Coach's Corner. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixler.com and YouTube Live. Got a little exciting there at the end, but a very strong start for the Pioneers last night. What do you take out of last night to bring into a road game here today?
They never gave up. We had a hot second inning. We had 5 hits in the second inning, scored 4 runs, and we showed how much heart we have at the end of the game to come back and walk that game off in the ninth.
Obviously, you got some great starting pitching last night, which is something the team's been aching for a little bit. 5 solid innings and everything kind of going your way there coming out of that. When you see that, is that kind of the beginning of the starting pitching starting to come around right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're coming through their second time in the rotation right now, and I think they're just starting to get comfortable in that starting role. So as long as we can get good 4 or 5 inning starts out of these guys, the bullpen will come in and clean things up for us every time.
And you talk about bullpen, you have clearly a lot of depth in the bullpen out there. You're really kind of able to go almost to anybody else on the roster as you've got such a deep bullpen. When you're still looking for more of a signing roles, we talked about that a little bit yesterday. What did you see out of the guys who you went to in the pen yesterday?
They always want the ball in their hands. That's a nice thing. They kind of bug me every day. Hey, am I going to pitch today? Hey, am I going to pitch? It's nice that they all want the ball in their hands all the time. So they're always ready to go out there and compete, and that's what we need out of our bullpen.
I know yesterday you had said you were dealing with some injuries, dealing with some guys who were a little banged up after playing so many games in such a short amount of time. Obviously, a pinch hit walk-off last night from one of those guys that may or may not have been a little bit banged up certainly helps. How good is it to know, especially after that first week where you didn't really have anybody to go to off the bench, that now you've got some depth, you've got some ability to go and maybe bring in something as a substitution late in a game like that?
It's always nice having someone that can come off the bench, especially after sitting for almost 3 hours and want to go in there and hit. Donnie pulled me aside and said, hey, if you need somebody in the ninth, I'm ready to go. I'll give you an at-bat. So, he was ready to get in there and win that game for us, and he did.
And talking about that, obviously, you have an idea in your mind of who you want to start every game, but you really had to change things around throughout this early part, kind of filling in guys, using guys who are utility players, but really are having to play every position at this point. Is the lineup getting a little bit more settled now, or are you still trying to find those pieces and figure out where these guys all fit?
No, it's pretty much settled at this point. We had a couple more guys show up today that'll be in the lineup tomorrow, so I think the pieces are starting to fall into place.
Knowing that you keep adding guys, and obviously it's still a never-ending process really throughout the summer, as we saw 2 years ago, when you finally get that lineup established, is it always just one of those things where it's 1 second away because guys' injuries happen, lineups change, rosters change? What is it the fit that you're looking for over a course of 2-month season with all these guys coming in at different times?
We're trying to keep these guys, keep their at-bats about the same, innings pitched about the same. We're trying to make sure everyone gets all their work, but obviously as we start to make a playoff push, we're trying to have our best 9 or 10 guys on the field every day to go out there and compete and hopefully win a championship.
And talking about a playoff push, I know it's very, very early in the season and probably a little too early to be looking at that, but knowing that all of your matchups this year are really divisional opponents, save for 2, what does that do to pushing the pace of play and needing to be ready earlier in the season?
It's nice that we're playing basically everyone in our division. I still don't know how the playoff format is going to be set up, but it's going to be nice seeing these same 5 teams over and over and over and knowing what we're coming into when we get to the playoffs.
And you talk about seeing teams over and over. Obviously, you faced Jamestown once, came away with the 3-2 victory. Obviously, a big one. Reese Yeomans was a big part of that and obviously drove in the game-winning double. That being said, you continue to look down this lineup and see the change. What do you have to do? What did you guys learn from that first game that you're bringing in here tonight into their home stadium?
We learned they're a tough, scrappy team. Jamestown always has a good team. Ever since I've been with the Pioneers, they've had a really good, solid roster every single time. So we know it's going to be a tough competition every time that we play Jamestown, whether it's on the road or at Dunfield.
And I asked you this last time you played Jamestown. Those uniforms, very, very black. They're coming here at home. I'm assuming they'll change them a little bit. But knowing that, is there any extra preparation that goes into something like that? I mean, anything that's a little different can always create a little havoc in the lineup. Am I right?
I mean, yeah, for some people it'll definitely throw them off a little bit, but as long as we're focused on playing ball, the other team's uniform shouldn't affect us at all.
Well, one last question before I let you go. Obviously, seeing a couple home runs the other night at Dunfield was a little bit jarring. This team really not built for power, but as you looked up and down the lineup, is there any player in particular you have an eye on at the at-bats? I mean, there's been a couple guys who have gotten some hits, but is there anyone in particular you as a coach see that's making an impact here early?
I mean, Ben Shore and Cam Hill, they have a lot of pop off the bat. Right now, they're just still getting their at-bats in, getting their timing down. I mean, Ben has sent a couple out of Dunfield during BP, so it's only a matter of time before he gets into one and hits a home run.
Well, I'm sure the fans will be watching for it. We'll be back here on the pregame show. All right, well, there you have it from head coach, manager Andrew Drum. He certainly has his thoughts on tonight's matchup, and, of course, always great to hear what he has to say. Now, your Pioneers tonight have a brand new starter going into the game. Kevin Serrano, who certainly earned his spot, had himself an excellent game, came in out of the bullpen, was such a positive surprise. He's earned his place now. After coming in as a temporary utility player, Kevin got his chance to shine on the mound. In his one appearance, Serrano pitched 5 innings of one-hit relief pitching, earning himself a win and the start here tonight. During those 5 innings, Kevin struck out 9, walked a single batter, facing 18, and he has the mound tonight and another chance to draw eyes here in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. He'll start things off for the Pioneers. The batting order, however, Dom Popa, no surprise, they're going to lead back off after a successful night last night. Donovan Montgomery apparently feeling better after driving in the game-winning run in the bottom of the 9th last night. Cam Hill going to enter as a designated hitter, although always a possibility to see him come out of the pen as well. Emilian Petre playing second base. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Chris Erickson, the center fielder, bats 5th. Aaron Thomas, the first baseman, batting 6th. Justin Taylor, the third baseman, batting 7th. South Trimble back in the lineup as an extra hitter. He'll bat 8th. Peter Theodoralis bats 9th and plays left field. And Gil Murad resumes his spot back behind the plate. So the Pioneers will get started with that lineup against them and on the opposition. Leading off, Justin Bailey playing center field. Chase Carlson, the shortstop, will bat 2nd. The 3rd spot will go to the pitcher, Danny Hosley, who will take a spot in the batting order. Anthony Badala will follow that up in the 4th spot, designated hitting. Padres O'Shaughnessy will play first base and bat 5th. DiMaggio Cazares plays left field and bats 6th. Johnny Campes will be behind the plate tonight. He will bat 6th. 7th. Wow. Sorry about that, folks. Mark Tucker will bat 8th and play second base. Elijah Pasquale will play third base and bat 9th. And Corey Blackburn will bat 10th and play right field. So the Pioneers certainly with no easy task against Jamestown, who has just 1 loss on their record as Jamestown comes in, and they will try to keep things going in the similar direction as they have so far. Jamestown, as I said, 1 loss so far on the season. And that 1 loss did come against the Pioneers, a 3-2 squeaker of a victory for the Elmira Pioneers back at home at historic Dunfield in the Sunday afternoon matinee. And it was a tight one all the way through. Luckily, the Pioneers able to get their way through that one. Logan Jones able to do the job against Aaron Hare, who came in relief later in the game. Cam Hill able to get the save. So again, the Pioneers will be looking for a victory here tonight, and never going to be easy to do so, as I believe they're going to do the starting lineups, though I just gave them to you. I will turn it over to the Jamestown PA, and we'll be back here on Mixler.com.
Batting 5th, the center fielder, number 21, Chris Harris. Batting 6th, the first baseman, number 29, Aaron Thomas. Batting 7th, the third baseman, number 24, Justin Taylor. Batting 8th, the extra hitter, number 14, South Trimble. Batting 9th, the left fielder, number 9, Peter Morales. Catching for the Pioneers, number 6, Dale Moss. And on the mound for the Pioneers, number 4, Kevin Solana. The Pioneers team manager is Matt Birch, and the assistant coaches are Alex Barrow, Andrew Drum, and Eugene Barber.
All right, folks. Well, we thought we had the starting lineups coming here from the Jamestown Tarp Skunks as the officials now make their way out to home plate. I believe it may be just another second here as you heard them announce the Pioneer starting lineup. Now we should get the introduction of both sides starting lineups and be set to go, hopefully here momentarily. My apologies yet again, as the managers appear to be headed out of the dugout areas. So, Tarp Skunks manager Jordan Basile will head out and meet Andrew Drum at home plate. Andrew Drum tonight wearing the full gray uniform, has been wearing a jacket that was touted to be lucky for a little bit here. Apparently not as lucky anymore as he switched to the same uniform as the players. Of course, was a little bit nice here earlier today in Jamestown as everything was a little bit cooler. Some over cloudiness going right over the stadium. Looked and sounded like we might have some storms, but passed right by us, and we got a beautiful night for baseball here. So, the two managers getting each other's lineups and exchanging the ground rules here at home plate. The Tarp Skunks in just their second home game of the year. Their first one was certainly a success as they were able to come away with a 9-0 victory over the Batavia Muck Dogs last night, who are in action again here tonight. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks entering tonight's game. One of the leaders on the western side of the division coming through with a big one. Again, only one loss on the season. Geneva fell off a little bit. They moved down to second as Jamestown secured first place fully. And again, Geneva in second, and your Elmira Pioneers sitting in third with that 4-3 record. They're, of course, looking to expand on that. Hand Jamestown their second loss of the season and continue to push. They need to find a way to get things going quickly here because every matchup this year will be interdivisional except for two. So as what's usually a long summer anyway, this is going to be a huge summer. Every game is going to mean so much when we come down towards the August portion of this schedule as the Pioneers looking to make themselves a playoff berth. Don't forget, a short 2 years ago, they did make the postseason. However, the unfortunate side on that, they were eliminated in the first game in the bottom of the ninth against the Geneva Red Wings, who they managed to beat yesterday in the bottom of the ninth themselves. So a little bit of payback, if you will, for the Elmira Pioneers. So we take a look. The manager for the Tarp Skunks explaining the way the field plays a little bit here to the umpires, and of course Andrew Drum should be moments away now as we hit the 7 o'clock hour. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Mixler.com and YouTube Live, as these two teams, as I said, not quite as much as Batavia, but they will play a number of times here over the course of the season. As you can see, as we have an interesting camera angle here tonight, I believe we're going to have a lot of field out there to be played. As you see the 342 down the right-hand side, 414 out there, a little bit off-center, and then 325 down my left-hand side here that isn't quite visible to everyone sitting at home. So not an easy trek to hit one out. Of course, not saying that it's easy back at Dunn Field, but again, those double-stacked fences certainly limit the offense that's achievable for any squad. We'll see if the Pioneers can find some power here tonight. They were certainly finding it in the batting practice. I saw at least 5 get over the fence and out. A couple of them coming from the second hitter in the lineup, as Donovan Montgomery showing off his power swing. You certainly like to see that, as he has just been a rocket here early, getting going offensively, getting everybody moving around the bases, and just getting going in general. Of course, Chris Erickson has been a big part of that as well, as we'll give you guys the shot here of the managers talking instead of that overlay. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here live on Mixler and on YouTube Live, your home for Pioneers action all season long. So as I previously stated, the pitching staff tonight going to be another interesting situation, as Kevin Serrano has yet to start a game this summer. He will get his first here tonight, and obviously the Pioneers will be looking for him to have a similar impact when he came out of the bullpen. Those 5 one-hit innings, no runs allowed, and we'll see Andrew Drum having an extra couple of words with the umpires. And now they're going to turn it over to the Jamestown PA, as I believe they will be starting the introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are the mix of the noise for the start of your Jamestown Tarpscons. Leading off, the center fielder, number 2, Justin Bailey. Batting second to the shortstop, number 12, James Carlson. Batting third, the pitcher, number 38, Danny Hoxley. Batting fourth, the extra hitter, number 7, Danny Padilla. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 19, Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 6, DiMaggio Gonzalez. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 24, Johnny Cash. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 1, Mark Duggar. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 26, Elijah Basso. And batting 10th, for Virginia Cosmos, the right fielder, number 11, Corey Blackburn. The Cosmos team managers Jordan Basile and assistant coaches are Barry Powell and Joe Wigglesass. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with playing of our national anthem.
All right, and the national anthem comes to an end, and that means it's time for those two big words, play ball. We'll see what's happening here as everyone comes off the line. And the umpiring crew not going to allow such a thing to happen tonight. So, the umpires making sure that we don't have that competition there again. As the umpires talking with the Tarp Skunk. We've got the ceremonial first pitch being thrown. That is over and done with, and we will head into this one getting ready. Checking out the stats on Hosley on the season, he actually doesn't have any pitching experience yet on the young season. He comes out of Norfolk State. He was a right-handed pitcher utility player. So we'll see how he handles the pressure of the starting role. As, of course, this Pioneers lineup will present quite a challenge. Of course, Dom Popa starting things off. He had himself a night last night getting going for the Pioneers, really getting a little bit of everything going. Had a trouble in the first inning, but right in the second inning was part of that big second inning that saw 4 runs come around to score. Of course, those 4 would not be enough as the Pioneers would go to the bottom of the ninth, tied 4-4 after a little bit of stumbling blocks out of the bullpen, managed to get the Geneva Red Wings tied up before the Pioneers were able to plate the final run in the bottom of the ninth, Chris Erickson coming around to score. So a few more pitches here to warm things up, and then Dom Popa will come up. You see Donovan Montgomery already out there trying to get his timing down. He took the day off yesterday, came in just to deliver that clutch hit, and you can't think of a better way to put it, as now it looks like the throw about to come down, and that means we are set for the first pitch in this one. Tarp Skunks, as I said, in the full white home uniforms, including the skunk tail on the back of the jersey right next to the numbers. Interesting look, and anyone who saw the previews of the jerseys certainly has to be impressed with the way that Jamestown really rebranded themselves after a year off and then a forced COVID year off. So 2 years since we've seen the team in Jamestown, as the former Jammers used to drive the Pios a little bit nuts, could not figure out a way to get wins. So, the first pitch underway at 7:08 in there for a strike, 0-1 on Dom Popa. As Popa goes back to work, steps in. The Pittsburgh outfielder saw the pitch hit on out toward shallow right. That is going to get down, and Popa's got the first hit of the night for the Pioneers. So, single for Elmira as they start things off the right way. And that'll bring up Donovan Montgomery. I was saying there before the pitch was thrown that Popa's brethren got in last night and was big out of the bullpen. So, now everything resets and Montgomery will come up as he's looking to keep things going after driving in that run in the bottom of the ninth last night. The wind and the pitch taken for a strike again. So, apparently Hosley's thought process here is just to attack these hitters as quickly as he can. See how that pans out as the Pioneers used to that approach from the Batavian Muck Dogs. The pitch bounced in there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Off and heading for second was Popa, and he will reach. So it's a ball and a strike with a runner now standing on second base. So right into scoring position as the Pioneers going back to work here. 1-1, you see a hit already on the board for Elmira. And if they're going to find victory over Jamestown, they're going to have to score early and often, as that's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. As Montgomery steps back in the batter's box, you see he plants his feet right there next to home plate. Certainly getting a little bit over the top of it there as he closes off that strike zone. Cut on and fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Montgomery right back into the box. Collects himself as you see Popa down there at second base. Manager Andrew Drum staring right down at the man on second. Always makes you a little nervous as the third base coach looking. Ball gets fouled off, heads right towards him. The wind and the pitch taken high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's going to be full. So a 3-2 count First base is open, so no reason for Hosley to come over the plate if he's not confident. And again, Montgomery trying to help the offense here. Stepping off, Hosley will reset. Again, not much time with the original signs. You got to screw things up when the runner gets to second, and the Pioneers very quickly on second base. Cut on right up the middle. This may score a run, as right around third goes Popa. A little tough play there in center field, and Montgomery makes it out to second on the air. So Popa will score, and Montgomery with a single and reaching second on the air. So Cam Hill will come up with still no outs, a run already scored, and a runner at second base. Hill coming in out of Auburn, freshman over there, plays both a left-handed pitcher and a first baseman. We saw him to finish out the top of the ninth last night. Has been effective in a hitting and a pitching role so far. Andrew Drum says they're looking to get him some more experience in the pitching roles. That's in there for ball one. If they can get him in there, they might get him up to a starter role by the end of the summer. I know the talk out of Auburn was trying to see him work more around in the pitching roles, as this one's thrown in there right down the middle, strike one. 1-1. Still nobody out. 2 hits for the Pioneers on the scoreboard so far, as well as that run, as Montgomery stands at second base. So they check on Montgomery. He dives back, and a little bit of a high throw. Luckily stayed there for the shortstop. Otherwise, Montgomery could have been up and off again. So, Pioneers looking to keep things rolling here. Again, it was a nail-biter back a few days ago when they played Jamestown back on Sunday. This one drilled out there towards center. Center fielder has a read. He will make the grab. Montgomery is off and running after the catch, and he will slide into third. No problem there. So the first out of the inning is obtained. However, Montgomery puts himself now 90 feet from home plate. As Montgomery lines out a fly ball out to center field, and that'll bring up Emmeline Petrie. Petrie, again, the scouting report on him. Not a bunch of infielders in the country that can pick it and navigate the dirt like Petrie, which is what makes him a potential draft candidate. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, going one. As Petrie headed to the University of Kentucky in the fall. Glad to see him joining the Pioneers before he heads down there. As that one bounces in there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our first Tioga Down showdown. So Petrie steps right back in. Taking a look. The wind and the pitch. Taken in there for a ball, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, Petrie trying to bring in Montgomery from third. Would love to add some run support here. The pitch taken high again, 3-1. So Emmeline steps out. Has a look out there at the pitcher. Appears to be ready. As Hosley met with a rude start to this one, as that one bounced and Petrie had gone. So that's going to be a 3-2 count. As despite the bounce, I believe Petrie just caught that with the bat, had already started to go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Petrie goes down on strikes. So the Tarp Skunks now with 2 outs here. And that is going to bring up Chris Erickson. Erickson certainly known for his speed. If he can get on base, he's going to tear up the base paths. As he takes a look. Couple of practice swings for Erickson as he jumps right back in the batter's box. Facing off with Hosley. Again, the wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike as Erickson is, again, the 5th batter this inning, and the Pioneers causing trouble already. The wind and pitch for Hosley. Cut on, drilled down the third base line. That stays fair, hits off the bag, and that pops down. That'll score a run as Erickson does damage again. He will drive in the run. That ball just stayed fair on that foul line, and the run comes around to score on the infield single. So 2-0 for the Pioneers as Aaron Thomas heads up to the plate. Thomas, out of Wofford, 6'2", 215-pound utility player. Tonight, no surprise, back at first base. Erickson over there, considerable lead as that's thrown right down to first, and a little trouble as that's in there 0-1. So a strike already up. No balls, 1 strike. As trying to get back set. Thomas takes a look. Erickson, of course, known for his speed. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and popped up. Goes towards foul territory. Towards the Pioneers bench, and that will get out of play. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As again, Pioneers already up on the board. 2 runs here in the top of the first. Hosley comes set. 0-2 count. There we go. The wind and the pitch from Hosley is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2. 2 outs. As the Pioneers trying to keep the inning alive. As I said, they've gone through a considerable amount of the order already. Not going to be easy as Jamestown throws that one cut right towards center. That's going to get down. And so runners now stand on first and second with 2 outs. The Pioneers really seeing Hosley very well. As Justin Taylor, the third baseman, will be the next man up. And the Pioneers certainly happy after last night having a little bit of a rough time explaining the zone. They just struggled against it. Taylor out of Millersville, 5'11", 200-pound sophomore infielder from Millersville. 31 games already this season, so he's had some at-bats. Runners stand at first and second. The pitch is outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Pioneers with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position, as well as a runner on first. So 4 hits already in the inning. And this is right where you want to be if you're Elmira right now. Want to extend the winning streak. Cut on and missed. Big cut. He was looking for the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Taylor steps right back in. South Trimble on deck if Taylor can reach. Taylor takes a look. Hosley hasn't checked on the runners too much. And to be honest, a little surprised Erickson hasn't been off a little bit more than he has been, as that's cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. As the Pioneers coming in. Again, trying to make impacts early, and on the road has not always been an easy place for the Elmira Pioneers, but this season, certainly very comfortable coming in here. They got their first win on the season on the road as well. That one hammered out towards right center. That will... I can't tell if the catch was made. It looked as though he dropped the ball, but they say he caught it. So, all right. There's the third out. As, well, that'll do it for the top of the first. And the Pioneers take a 2-0 lead into the first half inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the first after this here on Mixlr.com.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, and with that being said, we are back here live as the Tarp Skunks will come up to the plate. 4 runs and an error on the board, as that error was a late add. So my apologies about that, fans. 2 runs came across for the Pioneers as Justin Bailey heads up to the plate out of North Georgia College. The right-handed outfielder steps in. See what he can do here, as this will be the first time they see Serrano. Serrano sees a bunt, and that'll be fouled away for a strike. Not a bad attempt there, as you don't normally see a bunch of teams in this league play small ball. So if the Tarp Skunks are just trying to match up real quick, again, not a bad idea, as the Corning Community College pitcher getting back set. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 2. Quick 0-2 count for Serrano. The one thing we can talk about as Serrano comes into another game, he will get the start here tonight. When he came out of the pen, he was throwing darts, found the plate quickly, and started going right at it. Of course, Gil Murad back behind the plate will help out as well, as he is able to really handle that plate very, very well. Doesn't let a lot of balls get by, using every part of his body. As Serrano comes back set. Looking in as Bailey waits the pitch. Driven towards third, and that's going to get by. So a very quick first hit, wrapping around, heading for second. Play is in there, and that will be an out. So unadvised trying to get to second base. Bailey does find himself with a single, but he's thrown out at second, trying to stretch it. So Chase Carlson, the shortstop, next man up, wearing number 12. Bats out of the left-handed side. He's a outfielder out of Lehigh College. See what he can do against Serrano. Using that left-hand side of the batter's box as Serrano steps off, kicks off the dirt off the mound. And again, Serrano, a right-handed pitcher, so this left-handed matchup gives him a little bit of a advantage here as well at the plate. Serrano gets set. The wind and the pitch. Taken a little bit low, ball 1. So 1-0. As again, Serrano does get the first out of the inning, albeit a little bit of an odd one there. The pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As Serrano gets back set. Has his sign. The pitch. Cut on. Dribbled out there towards third. Should be playable. The throw over to first. In time. 2 quick outs here for the Pioneers. As a perfect 5-3. We'll now bring up the pitcher, Danny Housley. And I apologize for the mispronunciation. Just heard that over the loudspeaker. So Danny Housley steps in as, I guess, shades of Ohtani here, as he will hit and pitch tonight. As that's in there. Missed inside, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, as the Norfolk State product trying to help out after a little bit low pitch there for 2 balls, no strikes. Housley trying to help himself out after giving up 2 runs there in the top of the first. Would love to at least get himself on base. Serrano goes right back to work. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. 1 hit allowed, however. On that hit, the runner tried to stretch it into 2 and was thrown out from the far reaches of left field, so a big cut and a miss again from Housley. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, another Tioga Down showdown. 2-2-2. As Serrano trying to get out of this inning. Doesn't like the sign. Now he's got the one he wants and delivers to the plate. Cut on, fouled back. That will get into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 more time for Serrano. And again, looking to keep the pitch count down, wants to stretch the starters, as you heard Andrew Drum say back before the game, at least 4 or 5 innings. Certainly going to help himself out if he can get through a 1-2-3 first. Cut on, drilled there towards the shortstop, scooped up by Montgomery, thrown over to first in plenty of time, and the Pioneers get a 1-2-3 first inning here, as once again the Pioneers will have to be sharp all game. The first inning's great, still a long way to go. We'll be back here on themixler.com.
Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and welcome back in here live as the Pioneers head back up to the plate. And, well, after a very successful first inning, have to mention it, all year long, Pioneers have been able to score in back-to-back innings, which has been so important for them going forward. South Trimble, the next man due up at the plate. See if he can get things going again. He was the leadoff hitter for the Pioneers for a good portion of the season so far. Lately, it's turned over just a little bit, but Trimble re-enters the lineup here today. As again, Trimble steps up. He is also out of Corning Community College, has had a bunch of good at-bats, even though the batting average not reflecting the positivity that head manager Andrew Drum sees. Takes strike one on the attempted bunt. Trimble trying to draw in the corners, did not work on that one as the next pitch thrown, cut on, fouled back, 0-2. So very, very quick here for Trimble, as Trimble steps back in. 0-2 count, nobody out, as Housley throws the pitch. That one's a little bit high, 1 ball. So 1-2 count, as Trimble stepping back in. Again, the Pioneers in complete gray here on the road. Some birds out there in the outfield, as swing and a miss will be strike 3 here in the top of the second inning. So first out, as next up will be Peter Theodoralis. Theodoralis, the left fielder here tonight. He comes in on the left-hand side. As right back in set, Housley winds and delivers. Cut on by Theodoralis, a swinging strike 1. Don't know if he had the right read on that one. 0-1 very quickly here, as Housley winds and delivers again. Bounces that one up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As again, see what the Pioneers can do here in the top of the second. That one taken for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was not a popular call down the third base line here. Tarp Skunks trying to maneuver their way through the top of the second, as Theodoralis takes that one. Ball 3-1 count. As Theodoralis looking for the right read here, as he has come in and takes 3 balls, 2 strike count now. Theodoralis, who has come in and really made an impact here early, being able to play so many different positions. This team was very, very short on fielders. Cut on, drilled out there towards left. That is going to be playable and caught. So the second out made by the left fielder on the run. And Theodoralis, with that line drive out there, becomes the second casualty. That'll bring up Gil Murad. Murad stepping in. Another player who's been a huge piece of the defense as they try and find some offense out of this bottom of the lineup. Murad, a sophomore catcher from Ithaca, New York. He takes strike number 1. 0-1 count as Housley trying to turn around a 1-2-3 inning here. 0-1, the pitch. Cut on, popped up. This is into foul territory and back into the seats. About over the seats, actually, as I take a look here from my vantage point. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Housley looking for one more pitch. Taken a little bit high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2. Pioneers leading in the hits with 4 back in the first inning. The wind and pitch to the 10th batter. Cut on, popped up back here towards me. And that will not be playable. The catcher did not have an eye on it. So 1-2 one more time. Gil Murad just trying to get bat on ball. A lot of birds out in the outfield. That's been an interesting sight to see so far. As Murad. Some looks down here. The pitch. Cut on. Popped up in the air. Should be playable. As the second baseman backing up. Nope. The pitcher is going to call off everybody. And Housley does himself a favor. A 1-2-3 inning. As now we head to the bottom of the second inning. Tarp Skunks coming back up when we come back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
You got it.
Oh. Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New extra charge hot and ice.
Sorry about that, fans. We're going to come back here as Serrano not wanting to waste a bunch of warm-up pitches as Gil Murad now is dressed and ready to go. Umpire says he's got 2 more here. As again, the Pioneers, well, they would certainly love to see what they can do as they went through the bottom of the first, 1-2-3. Anthony Badala will be up in the second inning as Badala out of the Citadel plays first base. Right-hand bat. Again, that favors the pitcher a little bit more on you talk about the matchup battles. Badala is somebody the Pioneers have seen as well, as he was in the game back on Sunday when the Pioneers eked out that 3-2 victory. As I said, this Tarp Skunks team not going to be a team you're going to be able to just eke one by all that often, so you're going to have to see what the Pioneers can do to keep the offense moving here in the bottom of the second. It's the Tarp Skunks' turn. Badala takes ball 1, that one way outside the zone, as Serrano might have just got a little bit mixed up there. He comes back, settles out there on the mound, and will move into his delivery, cutting and missing 1 ball, 1 strike, as Badala going right back to work here at the plate. Again, hope everybody's enjoying the coverage here on YouTube.com. In there for a ball, 2-1. And for those of you listening in on Mixlr.com as well, always appreciate you getting back set. The wind and the pitch from Serrano in there for a strike. So Serrano throwing darts so far here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Starting off the bottom of the second inning. As Serrano retreats to the mound, winds and delivers. Taken for strike 3. The punch out is given. And Serrano has a K on the line score now. That will be the first. And that one was looking. So, Pedris O'Shaughnessy will head up. He's the first baseman here tonight. O'Shaughnessy out of Youngstown State. Another one of those left-handed batters. The wind and the pitch from Serrano. Taken for a ball, a little bit low. 1-0 count. Serrano did start as a pitcher most of the season over there at Corning Community College. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled down the line. That will get foul. So, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. As now they catch up on the scoreboard out there in right center field. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Right back here. As a long look from the Corning Community College product. Again, we were talking before the game about the need for long relief, and the pitch from Serrano off the outside corner just a smidge, 2 balls, 1 strike. We were talking about the need for long relief and how well Serrano could add to that, but Coach Andy Drum saw a lot of things he liked as this one's popped up. Should be playable out there to left field as Theodorelis has the read, makes the grab, and that'll be the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the second. So, that brings up DiMaggio Cazares. Cazares, another right-hander, stepping back up. As I said, the long reliever role still needs to be filled as Andrew Drum has kind of moved it around a little bit, game in and game out, as this is thrown right down the middle, strike 1. 0-1. As right back to it, DiMaggio Cazares stepping back in, looking to do some damage here as he swings and misses, strike 2. 0-2 the count. As going back to the well, we'll see what pitcher can do here as Serrano has his sign, he winds and delivers. Taken off the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Serrano trying to get him to chase something there. No success. He did get him to chase that ball in the dirt, so might see something low again. And with Murad back there, you're certain he's not going to let it get by him. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Cut on, popped up there towards center. Should be playable as Erickson makes the grab. Can of corn. That will do it for the bottom of the second. And the Pioneers head to the top of the third with a 2-0 lead. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com, your home for Pioneers baseball all season long.
What brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Hi, this is Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and with that, we are back here live on Mixler.com and YouTube. Forgot to give this shout out back and giving the credit to one of our amazing sponsors from back in the pregame show. Just because it isn't the 7th inning doesn't mean you don't need to stretch. Go where the Pios go, to Jay Schultz Massage at 100 North Main Street, Suite 407. Jessica has all the latest and greatest techniques to keep you ready to get in the game. So whether you're in the starting lineup or need to come out of the bullpen, call or text 607-259-3660. As Popa comes right back up. See what he can do here. Dom Popa, who led off with a single to start the game, lays down a bunt, but that one's going to get foul, 0-1. So, Popa seeing something as he has a big smile coming back towards home plate. And, of course, the catcher down there for the Tarp Skunks is Johnny Campes, who will lead off the bottom of the third. Bottom of the order coming up as the wind and the pitch. Popa cuts on it and fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. As Popa trying to go right back to work. As I said, he was a big part of the big second inning yesterday. So far, a part of this top of the first that led to runs tonight. Cut on and fouled back again, strike 3. So the first out of the inning as Popa goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up Donovan Montgomery. Montgomery, who got going and came in and finished off last night with that bottom of the ninth single. He made it to first base, but just barely before being mauled by his teammates. Montgomery getting set. The wind and the pitch. Takes that one. That's in there, 1-0. So, ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Montgomery trying to start putting base runners back on the base paths. The pitch taken, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here so far in the top of the third inning. As Montgomery will be followed up by Cam Hill, the designated hitter. The pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. Montgomery stepped out for a second. Now has his composure, stepping back in as he watches. Montgomery waits, the wind, the pitch, cut on and missed, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count, as Montgomery might have been looking for the fence on that one. He took a big cut. As now again, right back in comes Montgomery. The wind and the pitch, cut on, fouled away. So 2-2 count one more time as that's Housley, comes right back. Housley taking a look, a 2-0 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. The wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled back again as Montgomery staying alive up there. Donovan steps right back in as Housley takes a look. Lost his composure there in the first, certainly found it in the second, and so far here in the third, he's been right around the plate. That one's cut on and fouled away again. Has to be frustrating for a pitcher. You're all around the plate, but Donovan Montgomery staying right on top of you. 2 runs did cross, both of those back in the top of the first as the wind and the pitch from Housley. Cut on, drilled out there towards center. This one should be playable. Caught in center. So that'll be the second out here in the top of the third. And that's going to bring up Cam Hill. As Hill flew out to center field back 2 innings ago. As Hill, again, he's came in and pitched last night, got the final out of the top of the ninth, as that one's fouled back right towards us. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Hill trying to keep this inning alive. Housley, right back. Throws that one low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. As Hill steps right back in. Hill watching the pitcher as he starts into his movement, and that's down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As 2 outs here. Next man on deck is Petre. The wind, the pitch, taken for strike 3, and Hill will be punched out. That will do it for the top of the third as we head for the bottom. Pioneers still holding on to that 2-0 lead as the defense goes back to work. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
You got it.
Oh. Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, well, a very quick warm-up session, and Serrano has been big on those so far as he comes right back out. He wants to get right back to hurling as Johnny Kempes, the catcher, steps up. So, Kempes from Wagner. Camps. So, Camps stepping up. The wind and the pitch. Right back up the middle from whence it came, and that will be the second hit of the night for the Tarp Skunks. So, 2 hits on the line now for Jamestown, as Camps beat out his first base coach there, as now Mark Tucker, the second baseman, comes up. Tucker steps in as a left-handed batter stepping up and putting Serrano into the stretch. So Serrano bouncing around out there a little bit. He gets set. The wind and the pitch. Bounce towards the pitcher. He scoops it up. Looked to second, but throws to first, and in plenty of time. So the sacrifice works. Moves the runner to second base. But the first out also retrieved. So Camps over to second. Elijah Pasquale will be the next man up over there at third base. As now there's a runner over there at second and possibly threatening here for the Tarp Skunks, as that has been kind of their MO here. They've been able to score, well, and score in bunches, really. 9-0 last night, as that's taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here with 1 out, as Serrano going back to work here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3rd inning of work for the starter out of Corning Community College. Checks on the runner, the wind, the pitch, cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Down showdown. As Pasquale steps back in. Serrano concerned about that runner back there on second. Hasn't seen much of a lead, however, as the wind and the pitch, cut on, drilled up, just gets by. The shortstop throws to third and over. This is going to score a run, as that'll be a dead ball. The runner comes in and cuts the lead in half, and that will put a man on second base again. So not at all what the Pioneers needed there, as a single now advances the runner to second. Campes comes around to score, and, well, the play on the error puts an error up on the Pioneers line score now. As the next man up, Corey Blackburn, the right fielder. So Blackburn takes a look. There's a 0 in the 4th inning there for some reason. The pitch is over the middle. So no balls, 1 strike. 0-1. As again, the Pioneers having some trouble in this 4th inning. The wind and the pitch taken down the middle again, 0-2. As it looks like Serrano happy to go right after this next batter. There's a run up again. It's in the 4th inning here. They'll have to fix that one. As getting back set, Serrano. I have no balls, 2 strikes. They have 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch cut on and fouled away. So 0-2 one more time. 0-2. Run here in the bottom of the 3rd. As a runner stands on second, so still in scoring position. The Pioneers need some outs. As Blackburn, the number 10 in the order, waits. The runner bouncing around out there. He's going to go. Cut on, drilled out there. As that pitch dragged the runner over to, the third baseman over to third. This is going to tie up the game. And the Pioneers have been tied 2-2 here on the 4th. I don't know if this is going to be the 3rd or the 4th hit of the game, based on the scoreboard, but again, an RBI on the single, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Justin Bailey. So they have 2 runs up there on 3 hits. No error for the Pioneers as of yet on that throw, which I was fairly certain they would receive. So now Bailey, who is 0 for 1 after trying to stretch a single into a double earlier on, was really able to get a bat on the ball, and now it's a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd as Serrano settles back. He delivers. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga Down showdown here in the bottom of the 3rd. As it gets a little warmer as we get towards the nighttime hours here in Jamestown. So Serrano trying to settle back down. The wind and the pitch taken for a strike, thrown down to second, in time the tag, and that will be the second out, as it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. I think they've got that backwards on the scoreboard. I'm pretty sure there was 2 strikes. Okay, so 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, as the Pioneers trying to get out of this inning. 1-2. Coming back set, Serrano waits. Has his sign and delivers. Bounced it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another tag-down showdown. 2 times here in this at-bat. Don't see that one very often. As count's all messed up out there on the board, as is the scoring, but here we go. Serrano looking for one more pitch, as time was requested from the man at the plate, Justin Bailey. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hopefully they'll get that cleared up here in the in-between inning, as that one's fouled back into the netting. And we'll have 2-2 one more time. We'll see if he can get out of this in a tie, as the Pioneers, just some unfortunate fielding choices have led to this situation. And again, the Pioneers known for those fielding errors. The wind and the pitch from Serrano off the outside corner. Now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So I guess the scoreboard was predictive here, as a 3-2 count. Getting back set, Serrano looking for the payoff pitch here. Gets set and delivers. Taken, and that one hits Bailey. So runner stands on first, and the hit by pitch will continue to move things along here for the Tarp Skunks. Chase Carlson, the next man up. He grounded into a third to first put out earlier back in the first inning, as we sit here in the bottom of the third. Count resets. 2 outs still up on the board, as going back, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and drilled down the right field line. This one going to stay fair, and it will get down. Overrunning it, the right fielder. Tarp Skunks headed for home and third base. So a stand-up triple will drive in a run, as now a 3-2 lead for the Tarp Skunks. Coming around, Carlson all the way to third base. Scores the run, as Housley will come up. And again, trying to help his own cause pitching here tonight. It's a 3-2 Tarp Skunk lead here in the bottom of the third. So the hits are now even at 4. The wind and the pitch taken outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to the pitcher, as the Pioneers, nobody in the pen as of yet. Just the third inning of work here for Serrano. Serrano shakes that one off, and now he has the sign he wants. Delivers. Cut on. Dribbled out here towards third base. Scooped up and on the play. They can't make it. So that'll be 4-2 now. Still 2 outs. Runner now standing on first. And we'll see what they give him there, as another run comes around to score here in the bottom of the third. So, a runner standing on first base. In comes Badala. Badala stepping up to the plate, as Serrano looking to get out of this inning. The throw over to first is not going to be in time, as again, now somebody's starting to get loose out in the bullpen. Serrano checking on the runner on first. 4-2 in favor of the Tarp Skunks. The wind and the pitch taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So Kevin Serrano trying to get himself out of this inning. A 4 spot so far by the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Still a runner on base over there at first. The wind and the pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Down here in the bottom of the third inning, as now they get this scoreboard fixed. 1-1. The 2-out pitch here. Cut on and fouled off his own leg. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, Badala trying to keep things going as 1-2 the count. Badala stepping right back in as Serrano checks on the runner over at first. Trying to get out of this inning. The pitch. Taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. 4-2 now in the bottom of the third. The Pioneers started this off so well with a 2-run top of the first. They're going to have to find offense in the middle innings if they can get out of this one. The pitch. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. So they give up 4, but as we head for the top of the 4th inning, the Pioneers trail by 2. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball here on Mixlr.com.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
All right, and with that, we are back here live as the Tarp Skunks getting stretched out in the field, and the Pioneers, well, they're looking for answers here, folks, as they give up 4 runs there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We head to the top of the 4th now. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The bottom of the 6th, the Pilots up 8-4 over the Niagara Power. Bottom of the 4th, Amsterdam 6, Oneonta 2. Top of the 14th, Watertown 1, Utica 0. Top of the 3rd, Glens Falls 2, Mohawk Valley 1. Bottom of the 4th, Saugerties 3, Albany 0. And in the bottom of the 2nd, Geneva and Batavia locked in a 0-0 score. That's going to bring the Pioneers back up to the plate as Cam Hill steps up. Cam Hill comes in, and he's going to be looking to start things off as stepping in out of Auburn. Of course, 3 players out of Auburn this year for the Pioneers as they finally cut the music. There's been some AV issues to my right-hand side here tonight. So it's a 4-2 score. Pioneers trying to catch back up. That's taken on the outside corner for strike number 1. Hill steps right back in. They've got it called as a ball up there. I had a strike, but we'll see as that's taken for a ball. I believe that's 1-1, but again. So, excuse me, that's Emmeline Petrie up there. My apologies, as Hill did end that last inning. So that one just misses my booth. 1 ball, 2 strikes to my count right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as I thought. As Petrie going right back to work. The one, the pitch. Taken. That's in there for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As a 2-2 count. Next pitch coming here. The wind, the delivery. Cut on by Petrie. Driven out towards center field. Center fielder on the move. He will make the grab. So Petrie goes down quickly here. First out of the inning. As that's a fly ball out to center. Chris Erickson, the next man up. Erickson did reach with a single back there in the first inning when the Pioneers were able to score some runs. As my apologies again, got a little wrapped up there with the bottom of the 3rd. So here in the top of the 4th, the pitch taken by Erickson, ball 1. So 1-0 the count, as Erickson definitely would love to get on base. They have had 2 1-2-3 innings since that top of the first inning in there for ball 2. 2-0. 2-0 count. Chris Erickson stepping right back in. He waits. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike. No doubt on that one, as Erickson checks in with his third base coach. Erickson out of Siena. Waits. The pitch. Cut on. Drilled out there towards the gap in right center. Center fielder ranging over. He's going to make the grab. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And not at all the way the Pioneers wanted this one to go. 2 straight flyouts to the center fielder as Aaron Thomas comes up. He had a single earlier on. Thomas taking a look. He waits. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As Thomas steps right back in. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled by Thomas. This is going right towards the left fielder. And another 1-2-3 inning for the Tarp Skunks as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers still trailing 4-2. You're listening to the Pioneers here on Mixlr.com.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health, it's what we do.
All right, and with that, we are back here live in Jamestown as the Pioneers looking for a shutdown inning out of their starter. As right back out there, Kevin Serrano. Padres O'Shaughnessy will greet him. He so far has popped up over to the left fielder. As now again, O'Shaughnessy steps in. We'll see if the Pioneers pitching staff can get going here. My apologies again as I clear that for you. Inside, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes to start things off here for the hurler on the mound. As Serrano going right back to work. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and drilled out there towards right. The right fielder has a read, but that's going to get over his head. And O'Shaughnessy rounds first, heads for second. He's rounding second, heading for third. The throw into the cutoff man, that's going to be another. No, he slides in, so I can't say stand-up triple. As the Tarp Skunks going to work here in the bottom of the 4th again. A triple, and that'll bring up DiMaggio Cazares. He flew out to the center fielder earlier on. So 90 feet from home, the Tarp Skunks threatening to extend their lead. As I said before the game, this outfield is pretty well stretched out. The pitch fouled away, 0-1. As the Pioneers bring themselves all in on the infield grass. Not sure that Cazares, one of those players who may lay down that bunt, but they're playing defensively as this one's drilled towards the shortstop, cut down, thrown over to first in time. So the runner will be kept at third, and the first out of the inning is recorded, 6-3. As that brings up Johnny Campes. Campes, who had a single and came around to score back an inning ago. So the Tarp Skunks are looking out at a Pioneers infield that is keeping themselves on the infield grass. Next pitch, taken, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count, 1 out already on the board. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pioneers just trying to get through a half inning and get themselves back up to the plate. This one driven out and will score the run as that ball bounces to the center fielder. A fairly easy single as the Tarp Skunks right back on the board. Back-to-back innings with runs, as the single is an RBI single for Campes, and that brings up Mark Tucker. Tucker, another left-hander, coming out. He takes a look. No official at-bats for Tucker as he sacrificed himself. The cut-on and foul ball, 0-1. No balls, one strike, one out here in the bottom of the fourth, and they just cannot work the scoreboard out there. 5-2, as I looked up and saw 6. So again, Serrano coming back set. The pitch popped up over there towards right. On the run, the catch will be made, and the ball comes quickly back in. So 2 outs, still a runner at first base. So a fly out for Tucker over towards right, and that'll bring up Elijah Pascal. Pascal coming up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Pioneers need to get out of this one, as Serrano certainly not to blame for the trouble the Pioneers have had here. Some fielding errors again, as that has become commonplace. In there for a strike, 0-1. Something I wanted to ask Andrew Drum about earlier. He has talked about everybody getting more comfortable, getting their reps, getting their at-bats. You wonder if the field chemistry is just having some issues gelling here, as the wind and the pitch bounced in there. A throw right down to first quickly, but eats up the first baseman. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As right back in. Good look by Pascal as he waits. Serrano fishing here. He's trying to get something Pascal will swing at as he takes a look. Serrano has to wait. Time called by the man at the plate. Pioneers with a 3-run deficit right now, trying to keep it right there. Still a long ways to go in this one. As coming back, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and foul tipped into the glove, so there's the second strike. 1-2. Serrano may have just found his pitch if he can get that one and locate it right back where it was. Serrano coming back set. He looks down, has his sign, checks on the runner, and now will deliver the 1-2. Cut on, drilled towards third, but foul. And that's going to send the runner back to first base. So another 1-2 count, as the Pioneers looking for an easy exit here. Again, a run came around to score, but if they could get out here only facing 5 batters, that would be pretty darn good for the way the Tarp Skunks can add runs on you. Right back to it. Pascal takes a look. He's the number 9 man in the order. As Serrano checks on that runner at first. Very uncomfortable with those runners as this one's thrown in there, out into the other batter's box. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga Down showdown. As Serrano getting back set one more time. Serrano looking at that runner. Have to assume if he's going to go, he's going to go here soon. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Serrano will be headed back to the dugout and the Pioneers back to the plate. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com as the Pioneers head to the top of the 5th.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and with that, we are back here live on Mixler.com and YouTube, your home for Pioneers action all season long. As we go into the top of the fifth, Pioneers trailing 5-2, had an amazing start to this game. 4 hits on 2 runs back in the top of the first, put up zeros in the bottom half of the first and second. That third inning really came back to eat them, however. 4 big runs and then allowing a 5th run to cross the plate in the last half inning. Quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard. The Newark Pilots up 8-4 over the Niagara Power in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 5th, Amsterdam up 6-3 over the Oneonta Outlaws. In the top of the 14th, Watertown Rapids 2, Utica Blue Sox 1. Something's got to be screwed up there. Top of the 3rd, Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs 1, Glens Falls Dragons 2. Top of the 5th, Socrates 3, Albany 2. And in the top of the 3rd, Batavia Muck Dogs have a 2-0 lead. So, Pioneers head back to the plate now, and we'll see what they can do here to start things off. It's going to be Justin Taylor to lead things off out of Millersville. Taylor, earlier tonight, flew out to the right fielder as he steps back in. The wind and the pitch from Housley. Cut on, drilled out there once again towards right center. That gets down, and that'll give the Pioneers a base runner here. First time in 3 innings that Elmira will reach base. So, coming out and attacking right on the first pitch as South Trimble comes up. Trimble, we saw him attempt to lay down a bunt earlier. That's why the third baseman over there creeping in on the infield grass. As Trimble waits, the wind and the pitch. Taken, low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0, nobody out here so far. Runner standing on first. Taylor. Haven't seen a lot of him on the base path, so not sure speed-wise what to expect. The pitch. Cut on and missed by Trimble. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Still nobody out. Trimble has had some impressive hits up at the dish. Able to hit a big double that gave the Pioneers the win over these Tarp Skunks back on Sunday. 2 balls, 1 strike. As he steps back in, South Trimble taking a look. Excuse me, that was Reese Yeomans. My apologies. South Trimble has really driven up at bats, however, as the leadoff man. The pitch, cut on, drilled towards the second baseman. 2 hops to him. Rough play, but they make it a double play as the sliding Taylor unable to create enough interference to keep that from stopping, but a 4-6-3 double play, as now Theodoralis will be the next man up. So, Theodoralis, who lined out to the left fielder back in the last inning, back in the second inning here, his first at bat. As now we'll see what he can do here. 2 outs, 1 strike. Cut on, drilled out there. That's going to be 0-2. So, Peter Theodoralis stepping back in here in the top of the 5th, trying to extend this inning. As the Pioneers, again having trouble getting offense going. The pitch from Theodoralis, high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Almost gets away from the catcher. Was able to extend himself. Theodoralis steps back in. The wind and the pitch from Housley. Taken for 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As getting back set. Theodoralis waits. Trying to get out of another inning are the Tarp Skunks. The pitch cut on, drilled out there towards third base. He catches it, throws over to first, and it's in plenty of time. So, an unconventional way to do it, but still only 3 hitters reach the plate. The Pioneers will go back to the field when we come back.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, Berry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
All right, well, a new pitcher to tell you about as Ethan Buckley comes into the game. Buckley making his way in, coming in for the second time this year. Buckley, a 6'1", 175-pound junior right-hander from Bath, New York. After spending his previous 2 seasons with TC3, being ready to play for the Cortland Crush last summer before COVID, Ethan's making to look an impact in Elmira right away. He's thrown 21.1 innings this year, hurling 14 strikeouts, pitching a complete game for a win this season, as well as pitching. Ethan has also played second base this year, and at the plate has an on-base percentage of .286. So, right out there, see what he can do, as the Pioneers will go to work here, trying to get themselves through this inning. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. As going back to work is Ethan Buckley. Buckley gets set, he winds and delivers. Cut on and missed, 0-2. So Buckley going right back to work here. Ethan Buckley, who's pitched to TC3 the last couple of years, delivers high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As again, the wind and the pitch. Taken for a ball. As 2 balls, 2 strikes. Buckley trying to find his way through this inning. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, popped up, drilled over. As once again, that one caught. So a quick out here for Ethan Buckley. As put you guys on pause for just a second. As Buckley going right back here, he's got an out. My apologies about that, folks, as once again we go back to Bailey at the top of the order after a line out to the right fielder. Buckley comes way inside, 1-0. So a 1-0 count. As again, Buckley trying to get going, as it's been a little bit of a rough start for the Pioneers here. As Bailey takes ball 2, and again, Elmira getting caught behind the 8 ball here a little bit. 2-0 count as Buckley goes right back to work. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and popped up foul. This will get into the seats about 3 rows back. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Pioneers just trying to get some offense going. First, they got to get out of this inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They thought they had something last half inning with a runner reaching base, but nothing doing, as really no offense since the top of the 1st inning. Buckley comes set, he delivers. Cut on, drilled up the middle, nobody there. The shortstop dives and knocks it down. Montgomery with a heck of a play, but the runner will reach. So, a heck of a play by Montgomery just to get there, as Bailey will reach first, and that'll bring Chase Carlson up. So, Carlson stepping in as Buckley takes a look. Waiting here as he looks in towards the batter stepping in. First time he'll see Buckley as the wind and the pitch. Taken off the outside corner, 1 ball, no strikes. Pioneers seem to be having a little bit of an issue finding the plate here as they had perfect command of the strike zone early. That one's thrown down quickly, but not going to be in time. Safe at second, a stolen base. So it's a 2-0 count. A runner stands at second. Oh no, 1-1, my apologies. Umpire just held up a ball and a strike, so my apologies on that one. 1-1-1, a Tioga Down showdown. Runner off again as that one's fouled right back towards me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, 1-2, as yet again it looks like Bailey may be on the move. First sign of movement. Buckley trying to pay attention here as Bailey has just been off and moving on the base path. Certainly has the speed to get there. We've seen him take off. He turns and nobody back there, so Bailey won't finish his dive. All the Pioneers infield was back in their usual positions. So the pitch coming here to Chase Carlson. Cut on, drilled out there towards left center. Center fielder on his horse. He's going to get there. The tag up as the throw coming in towards third will not be in time. So, interesting play here as Buckley manages to come in and, well, he's made 2 quick outs here. But it hasn't been an easy way to get there. Waiting to see the official scoring on that. They're going to call it a sac fly, so 2 outs. Runner stands on third for Carlson. Earns himself a sacrifice as now Housley fouls one off. So 0-1 the count as the pitcher trying to get himself a little more insurance here. As nobody up in that Tarp Skunks bullpen as of yet, it looks like Housley will see the top of the 6th inning. As the Pioneers working here in the bottom of the 5th. Surprisingly, with all the scoring, game seems to be moving right along. The next pitch in there for a strike. Housley takes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. As Buckley trying to get through. Comes back set. Checks on that runner at third. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards center. Maybe playable and is. As Erickson makes the grab. We head for the top of the 6th inning. As it is still 5-2. First 0 the Pioneers have put up in a couple of innings. So some positivity there. Now it's about putting up the crooked numbers. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, so as we come back here live in the top of the 6th inning, the Pioneers trailing 5-2 and looking for some answers here. They have had a little bit of trouble getting going as everything just continues to pile on top of them. I said it back in the first one. They were able to put across 2 runs. That's not going to be enough. You've got to do more work there as Housley flew out to the center fielder for out number 3. That means that the Pioneers, well, they were able to secure their first inning with no runs crossing in, well, a little bit as the first pitch in there to Gilmerod in there for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. The wind and pitch from Housley hits Murad, so he will reach first base. And my apologies there, fans, as we're in the top of the 6th inning, 5-2 in favor of the Tarp Skunks. And the hit by pitch puts Murad on first and brings up Dom Popa. Popa has a single and a strikeout here tonight. Love to see if the Pioneers could get something going here in the top of the 6th inning. Popa taking a look. The wind and the pitch from Housley right down the middle, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, as Popa coming right back out. He waits, Housley. Again, nobody warming down in the pen for the Tarp Skunks as this one's connected with, driven out to left field. The left fielder has a read and makes the catch. So, another fly out there to the left fielder as Donovan Montgomery will be next man up. Still has a runner over there on first. Montgomery trying to get going here. Montgomery singled and he flew out to the center fielder in his 2 previous appearances, 1 for 2 on the day. As Montgomery takes a long look out. 5-2 the lead. The pitch is in there down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. Pioneers with 5 hits to the 7, tallied by the Tarp Skunks so far. 0-1 as the pitch to Montgomery taken. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. So a ball, a strike, and an out so far to Montgomery. As he takes a look. Housley waiting. The wind and the pitch from Housley is a ball high and outside, 2-1. So a 2-1 count as yet again. 5-2 Jamestown lead at the moment. Taking the lead off first is Murad. Not much of a lead. The pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As there's a big gap on the right-hand side if Montgomery could push it up through there. At this point, though, thinking he's looking for contact. As, again, the Tarp Skunks bounce one in there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, they hurried as though Murad was going to try to reach out, but he stays right put at first base. 3-2 count. As Elmira trying to put more runners on base. They trail by 3 here in the top of the 6th. The throw over, not going to be in time. Murad with barely a 2-step lead off of first base. As again, Montgomery trying to get a hit here as the Pioneers in desperate need of offense. That one bounces in, ball 4. So 1 out. Runners on first and second as 2 walks really with the hit by pitch have put the Pioneers back in scoring position for the first time since the first inning. Cam Hill, the designated hitter, next man to the plate. First baseman getting up there on the infield grass. A little surprise, Cam Hill, not much of a bunter, as he will be looking to put something in play. First pitch, in there for a strike, right down the middle. 0-1, as Andrew Drum giving instructions to the base runners over there on third base. See what Hill does here. Lefty versus righty. As now the third baseman pinching in a little bit closer. The pitch cut on, drilled out there. As that goes back towards the warning track. The right fielder has the read. That's going to get out of here. Bounces off the wall, and that will be a round tripper to tie this one up. A huge hit by Cam Hill as he parks it. And this means a tie game for the Pioneers. As with one swing of the bat, Hill gets the first home run of the season for the Elmira Pioneers, and he is going to get some congratulations. Everybody comes around, and that will tie this one up. A beauty from Cam Hill, as Emmeline Petrie will head up with 1 out now. So Petrie steps right back in, a 5-all game in the top of the 6th. First pitch, high, 1-0. As now some people heading down towards that Jamestown bullpen. The pitch from Housley. Cut on, drilled up the middle, and Petrie has his first hit as a Pioneer. It's a single to right. And that's going to give Erickson a chance to come up to the plate. So still 1 out here. As the Pioneers coming back, 3 runs in the top of the 6th. And a big one for them is now the meeting at the mound, perhaps trying to drag out some time for the Tarp Skunks bullpen staff, As back on first base, Emmeline Petre getting his first hit here in Elmira. Again, quite the long conversation going on out here at the mound, as now the catcher will head down back to home plate and trying to relax Housley a little bit. So Erickson comes up again. He is speedy on the base pass if he can get on. Haven't seen Petre on the base pass yet. We'll see what he does. So Petre takes his lead. And again, we'll get our first look at him on the base pass. Housley waiting, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. Erickson, very good eye up at the plate. He's run deep in some counts here as the Pioneers are tied back up in the top of the 6th inning. Coming back set, Housley looking down. That one off of the corner, 2 balls, no strikes. So 2-0 count. 7 hits apiece. Pioneers with those 2 errors glaring up there on the scoreboard. A 5-5 game now, as that one comes inside 3-0. As Erickson trying to follow Petre down the base path. As Housley checks on the runner. Petre waits, the pitch. Taken for ball 4, and Erickson will head down to first base. 1 out. Runners now stand at first and second. And the Pioneers will have Aaron Thomas coming to the plate. Thomas 1 for 2 on the day. He has himself a single, as I'm guessing the Tarp Skunks bullpen still not ready. We'll see what Thomas can do, as Housley has to be getting towards the end of his rope here in the top of the 6th inning. Housley checking on the runner at second. Winds, delivers. That one down the middle. 0-1. Still 1 out. If the Pioneers can keep things going here, the first baseman up there on the infield grass, as Thomas gets set. Aaron Thomas looking to repeat his first inning success. I thought he held up. They say no, 0-2. So Thomas will reset. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. As Thomas looks out at Housley. Next man up would be Justin Taylor. The pitch. Cut on, and that was dropped, but that'll be a strikeout there for the Tarp Skunks. 2 outs now in the inning, as that's going to be Justin Taylor coming to the plate. He's got runners on first and second. The left-hander going to be looking to make contact. He could put the Pioneers back in the lead with just a single here. Petre out there on second. Erickson on first. Both of them, I believe, have quite a bit of speed. I know Erickson can certainly get around the base pass. We'll see what Taylor can do here. He waits, the pitch, cut on and missed, 0-1. Taylor looking to echo the performance of Cam Hill, who had the home run earlier. That home run really helping out the Pioneers as he tied this one up. 0-1. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Taken outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. As Elmira trying to give themselves back the lead here. 1-1. Coming back set. Housley checking on the runners. No fielder holding anybody on, really. Cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes as the catcher tries to find the ball. 1-2 with 2 outs as Housley trying to get himself out of this inning. The bullpen active down there for the Tarp Skunks, as the umpire trying to give his catcher a couple seconds to get some feeling back in those fingers. As now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As right back in goes Taylor. Taylor had a single in his last at bat. If he can get bat on ball here, put it anywhere a fielder isn't, at least 1 run's going to score. Taylor taking a look. Housley coming back set. Housley looks back towards second, but again, every fielder staying in their main position. The pitch cut on, popped up. This one's going to get over the top of me. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a 5-all game here in the top of the 6th inning. Stepping back in. Taking a look out is Justin Taylor. Taylor waits. The pitch. Cut on. Drilled out there towards right. Right fielder having to come in. He's got the read on it, and he will make the grab. That does it, but not before the Pioneers add 3 runs here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th, all tied, courtesy of the Cam Hill home run. When we come back, the next man up for the Jamestown Tarpskunks going to be Anthony Badala. We'll see what happens when we come back here in the bottom of the 6th.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves it.
All right, folks, sorry to step on this commercial break. However, we are back and ready to go as these guys getting it around and not wanting to waste any time. Pioneers certainly would love to find a way to get back into the dugout and start trying for more offense. As I said, most games they've been successful with the back-to-back innings worth of runs. As now, Badala swings and misses 0-1. So, good start here from out of the pen for Ethan Buckley. See if he can keep it going. The wind and the pitch. Taken low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Buckley. Has nobody working in the Pioneers bullpen. See how long Buckley gets to go. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled towards second. Petre scoops it up, throws over to first. In time, 1 out. So again, the Pioneers, they had a couple of rough innings there, the 3rd and the 4th. They would love to put up a second 0 in a row here in the bottom of the 6th. Not going to be easy on the 4-3 play there on Badala. Pedros O'Shaughnessy will be the next man up. O'Shaughnessy, so far today, had a triple. Somebody to keep an eye on as they throw outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, getting back set. The wind and the pitch from Buckley. Cut on, drilled over towards first base. Picked up, thrown to the pitcher, and 3-1. That'll be the second out of the inning. So the Pioneers finding that defensive work as they go back to work as DiMaggio Cazares, is the next man up. He has flown out to the center fielder and grounded out from the shortstop to the to the first baseman. Wow, easy for me to say here tonight. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 5-5. The wind, the pitch, up and in, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, Cazares steps back in, stares down Buckley. As Buckley delivers, cut on, drilled out there towards center. That is over the head of the center fielder. Cazares is running back to get it and hustling that ball in. Cazares trying to get to third. It's pelted towards third base and not going to be in time as a sliding triple will bring up Johnny Campes. So 2 outs. Runner now standing on third base as Camps heads for the plate. Camps coming right back up. 2 outs as Buckley needs to figure out a way to get him out here. Not been an easy task. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Gets him chasing down low as Camps going back to work. Long look out from the Pioneers hurler as Buckley delivers. Cut on and miss. Gets away from the catcher briefly, but on the swing and miss, no balls, 2 strikes. So Buckley can get out of this one. Just needs to find the location one more time. He's bounced the last 2 and has gotten Camps to chase them. We'll see if Camps is looking for the bounce pitch again as Buckley winds and delivers. Bounced a 3rd time, and that'll be the first ball, 1-2. So Camps taking a couple of practice cuts as Buckley trying to find that pitch that gets him out of the bottom of the 6th. Buckley resets the wind, the pitch. High and inside, 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a Tioga Down showdown. As again, Camps looking. He waits, the wind and the pitch. Taken in there for strike 3, that punches out the batter. And a big play for the Pioneers as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Well, right now a hit was added, and my apologies on that one there, folks, as we'll get everything sorted out here for you. There's just the scoreboard. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, the Pioneers tied 5-5. Looks like we're going to have some substitutions to tell you about when we come back. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com.
Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
All right, and as we come back in here to Jamestown, a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Rafalski. Saw him a little bit ago, back on Sunday afternoon, as he comes back up to pitch here tonight. Rafalski has been in 2 games. He started one, he's been in 2 games. Started one, 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run. That run was earned, 3 bases on balls, and 4 strikeouts. So we'll see what Rafalski can do here as he comes in. Look at the line score right now. The Pioneers have a couple of errors up there, but 7 hits, 5 runs. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Around the league, Newark Pilots 8-7 in the top of the 9th. Newark up to bat. In the top of the 7th, Amsterdam 8, Oneonta 3. Oneonta up to bat. Top of the 13th, I'm not sure who's scoring in Utica, but it's 7-5 Watertown Rapids right now. In Glens Falls, the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs 1, Glens Falls 4. In Socrates, 3-3 with the Albany Dutchmen in the bottom of the 6th. And in the bottom of the 4th, the Geneva Red Wings have taken the lead 3-2 over the Batavia Muck Dogs. So we come back here live from Jamestown as the Elmira Pioneers looking to find a lead now, something they haven't done since the first inning. First man up, Chris Erickson. He'll be looking to help out the Pioneers' cause as they got going back there in the top of the 6th. Now in the top of the 7th, Erickson goes right back to work. The wind and the pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. So, quick strike to start things off here as Erickson steps back in. Excuse me, that's South Trimble. My apologies. I've done that to him twice now, and I do apologize as he hits that one towards third base, is sprinting down the line, and he will make it. That ball gets to the fence. Trimble turns and heads for second on the errant throw. So Trimble has the single. There was nobody at third base as well. Trimble could have made it over there. As my apologies to South Trimble. I don't know why I've done that. I guess my bookkeeping has just been off. As I've got everything done right here. My apologies to him, as he will earn himself a single and advance to second on the errant throw. So, error by the third baseman will earn the Jamestown Tarpskunks some defensive issues here. As up next is Peter Theodoralis. Theodoralis line out his first time up and then a ground out his second time. 0 for 2 on the night. Theodoralis shows bunt, pulls it back, 1 ball, no strikes. As the Pioneers have a runner on second. So, right back up. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike on the board somehow. I'm not sure where that came from, but once again, Rafalski in some trouble right away coming into this one. Getting back set, the wind and the pitch for Rafalski. The bunt is shown and pulled back one more time, 2-0. As Trimble out there on second. See if that bunt gets laid down. Trimble should be off and running as Theodoralis steps back in, taking the look. Rafalski waits for his sign. Now he's got the one he wants. He'll check back on Trimble. No fielder anywhere near him, though. Theodoralis showing bunt again and pulling it back, but that's in there for a strike as Theodoralis nods. So, Theodoralis coming right back in here. Here in the top of the 7th. Pioneers trying to put themselves back in the lead for the first time since the 3rd inning. As Rafalski takes a look. Everybody racing in. Theodoralis tries to lay the bunt down, and they call a strike. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, and now Theodoralis going to have to swing. Couldn't advance the runner on the attempted bunt. As Rafalski looking in. As close in as the first baseman is, if Theodoralis can pull one down the line, that'd be a pretty long way for the right fielder to run. The wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, one more time. As Theodoralis bats with no batting gloves on. That's also rare in these wood bat leagues. You don't see too much of that. Not a lot of guys willing to step up there and take those cuts. As setting back up, Theodoralis waits. A long look in here as Rafalski waits. He's got his sign and delivers. That one taken for a ball, 3-2. So, the Pioneers' number 9 hitter is looking fairly good right now. 3 balls, 2 strikes after all those attempted bunts. As Gil Murad stands out there on the on-deck circle. 3-2 count. As the wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled. Trimble is off and running on contact as the throw over to first is in time. So, not the original sacrifice they planned, but it works much the same way. Trimble reaches third base, and that'll bring up Gil Murad as the 6-3 moves the runner on, and Murad steps up. So, everybody pulled in around the infield diamond as Trimble takes his lead. See what Gil Murad can do here as he waits. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and drilled out there towards left center. This is going to be caught, but right back goes Trimble. He will cross the plate, and he did tag up. They're going to try to say he didn't tag. Trimble definitely touched up, and they say safe. No doubt about that one, as the Pioneers will move back into the lead. 2 outs now. So, a run for Seth Trimble as he comes around to score. And a beautiful play by the center fielder out there as Dom Popa comes back up to bat. So Pioneers a 6-5 lead now. As now that's put up on the scoreboard. Popa right back to work here. Top of the 7th. The wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. 0-1. Popa already tonight up 3 times. He's 1 for 3, has struck out, flown out to left, and had a single that brought him all the way around back in the first inning. That one bounces, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. As Popa stepping right back in. Again, the game on Sunday was a 1-run game between these two teams, 3-2 in favor of the Pioneers back at historic Dunn Field. The wind and the pitch from Rafalski. Cut on, drilled out there. That'll get out of play. And we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on our good friends at Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. 1-2 the count. As Rafalski, trying to tiptoe his way through this one, did give up that go-ahead run. The wind and the pitch. Taken. That one bounces away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga Down showdown. As stepping back up, Rafalski taking a look. Nobody working in either bullpen. As the wind and the pitch taken for ball 3. 3-2. 3 ball, 2 strike count. As we'll see the payoff pitch here. So 3-2 as shown by the umpire as well. Coming back set. Rafalski waits. The wind, the pitch, cut on. Popa will chop that one out towards center, and that one will be a can of corn. So, 3 outs, but the Pioneers add 1 to their total. Ladies and gentlemen at home, get up and stretch. The Pioneers have the lead going into the bottom of the 7th inning when we come back.
Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, Berry.
Got it.
Oh. Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
All right, and as we come back here, they still continue to drag the field out there, much looking like the old Yankee games back in the day, as Buckley getting his warm-up pitches in. 6-5 lead, as Buckley going to be looking to put up another 0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The throw down, and we are ready. 6-5, Pioneers lead. As stepping up to the plate, Mark Turner. Turner had a sac fly, and he's flown out to the right fielder as he's due up here again. As we'll take a look, he comes up to the plate. And again, the Pioneers going right back to work in there for a strike right off the bat. 0-1. 0-1 the count here. As getting back set is Buckley. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. Popped up right towards the gap in right center. And they'll be running. Trying to get there. The right fielder turns and hurls in towards second. But that is going to be a stand-up double with little issue for Mark Tucker. So Tucker gets the double. And not where they wanted to be again. The Pioneers continuing to have issues. As in comes Elijah Pascal. We may be looking at a new batter here. As 18 steps up to the plate. That's Luke Turner in for Pascal. So Turner steps in. As Turner comes out of York College. And we'll see what he can do here. So a runner stands on second base. As now Turner stepping into the plates. Buckley. Well, he's got some work to do now. Again, that outfield playing very large tonight as that's in there for ball 1, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, as the Tarpskunks bench gets a little bit louder. There is some work down in the bullpen now. Can't quite catch my eye on that one, as that's in there. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. As again, Buckley stands on the mound. Hasn't done a whole lot of checking on the runners as they're bouncing around over there. As Petre ran over the pitch. Cut on, popped up right back towards that gap again. And that's going to get down. This is going to tie the game as the pitch throw comes in from right field. And the throw will not be in time. So very quickly again, the game is tied. A runner stands on second. And the Pioneers back to the drawing board. So, next man up, Corey Blackburn. So Blackburn comes up with a runner on second yet again in a tie ball game. Bottom of the 7th. As they're out there to talk with Buckley. They're checking to see if the pitcher ready to go out of the bullpen. Coach Drum standing at the top of the stairs. He's waiting for the sign from the bullpen. As they wait. And it looks like Buckley may... No, here comes Andrew Drum. As he calls time, and this is going to be the end of the night for Buckley, I believe. So he signals to the bullpen. Buckley will leave the game. Trying to get a good look at who's coming out of the pen. As there's a few different players listed as possibilities. Trying to get a good look as Buckley comes out of this game. That may be Tom Catania. Looks like him as he steps in. It is Tom Catania coming into this game. Catania out of North Essex Community College. Playing for former Pioneers infielder Jeff Mejia's father. So Catania makes his way into the game. He'll inherit a runner on second base. That one's still charged to Buckley. So if that run comes around and ends up costing the Pioneers, that could be a loss on Buckley. As Catania, first pitch out of the bullpen, a little bit wild there. He'll have to face Corey Blackburn as the last man in the order for the Tarpskunks is up to bat. So high fives all over, and it looks like we're going to get another substitution as Turner comes off, and now a pinch runner heads out there. As 8, Julian Ujima, I believe. So Ujima heads out there to second. So Ujima will go out to second on the pinch runner situation. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Tom Catania coming out here in a stopper role. He'll need 3 big outs here to get the Pioneers back up to bat in the top of the 8th. And already has a runner on second. So Catania taking the last couple of his warm-up pitches. Catania was with the Pioneers 2 seasons ago, the last time they had a game. Pitched in that final game against Geneva. Started the Pioneers off with some success in that game as well. So, Catania out there on the mound. Throws his last one as that will be it. And next man up, Corey Blackburn. 6-6 game. As I said, the game on Sunday was a 1-run affair. As Catania steps back in. Taking the look. As, well, it's been an interesting night, to say the least, here out in Jamestown. The pitch, a bunt was attempted, pulled back, and a hit by pitch will now put runners on first and second. Fairly certain you can assume that wasn't intentional, but Coach Drum coming right out to have a discussion with the home plate umpire saying he was bunting. So, not going to win that battle, however, as Justin Bailey, the next man up. Runners now on first and second. As Catania goes right back to work here. Catania toes the rubber. Takes the long look in at Bailey. As now, the wind and pitch from Catania. The bunt again tried, as that's going to be a foul ball. Strike one. Bailey trying to sacrifice himself here. The interesting thing here, the way Catania's throwing a little bit high, if Bailey hits this with the top of the bat, it could pop up. And if everybody's off on contact, could set up a double play. Pioneers certainly wouldn't be opposed to that. As Catania checks on the runner at second. Big lead out there at second base. The wind and the pitch from Catania. Again, bunt was shown. That missed, according to the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6-6 game. The Tarp Skunks have themselves a couple of runners on the base paths, as the Pioneers need to put up well, they can't put up a 0. 1 run did score, but they need to put up a 0 from here. As that is bunted down, held, thrown to first, and gets by. This is going to score 1. The second runner may get there too. He comes around. The runner who made the bunt gets into third, and on a bunt, the runner ends up at third. 2 runs come across to score, and that is the nightmare scenario for the Elmira Pioneers. So Catania comes in, 2 runs cross, and on an attempted sac bunt, a throwing error will, I guess that's reached on the error there over at first, and then made it to second and third as well on the error as Chase Carlson comes up. Still nobody out as that's in there. Still nobody out as that's taken for a ball. So, not at all what the Pioneers were looking for here out of the bullpen. The pitch cut on, fouled away, and out of the stadium. We remind you once again, make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision. 3 runs put up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-6 for the Tarp Skunks right now. Pitchers still getting loose out there in the bullpen. As Catania gets set, the wind and the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. As Catania takes a long look. Checks on the runner back at third. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. Fouled right off my booth here. So, 2 balls. They have 2 strikes up there. I thought it was 2-1. We'll see what the umpire puts up. So, points back to Catania. 2-2, the count on the board. I thought it was 2-1. That's the 2-2, as that's down the middle, so strike 3. My apologies. And Tom Catania gets the first out here. So, a strikeout for Catania, but that will be just the first out. Still a runner over there at third base, as, well, Hosley will stay in and hit, despite coming out of the game as a pitcher. The pitch, taken inside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, as Catania goes back to the mound. Hosley stepping in. Takes the look at Catania. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled towards second, caught, thrown towards home, and not in time, as that play, it's not in time at first. And the Pioneers would certainly like some video review on that one. So another run crosses the plate. The runner reaches first. And now it's a 9-6 lead for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. As an RBI fielder's choice as Anthony Badala. Next man due up. Looks like we might have another change here. As coming to the plate, looks like we've got number 9. That's Hayden Hunt out of Chattanooga State Community College. So, Hunt comes in as now he will step in with a runner on first base, 1 out. here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And again, the Pioneers just having some trouble getting through innings. Second straight tough appearance here for Catania as well. He had a rough start earlier in this week. As he gets set, the wind and the pitch. This one chops back towards Catania. He sets, throws to first. That will be in time, so an out to Hunt, who comes in. But that does move the runner to second base, so a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. As that'll bring up Pedres O'Shaughnessy. As the Pioneers trail by 3 now. Bottom of the 7th inning continues on here as O'Shaughnessy trying to keep this inning going. He tripled in his 1-for-3 attempts so far. A couple of ground balls surrounding that. The pitch cut on, drilled toward short, and the catch is made. So one pitch gets the Pioneers out of that inning. It was a disastrous inning, though, here as we head to the top of the 8th. Pioneers now trailing 9-6. When we come back, Pioneers back at the dish. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. And actually, let me rethink that, because we got to head in and give a huge thanks to everybody once again, as we always do. Thank you so much to our great fans, our season ticket holders, and of course, above all else, our amazing sponsors who have made it possible to have baseball back in Elmira after a long year, the COVID season, everything else that happened. Thank you, thank you, thank you. AJ's, Arca Chemung, Arnett Health, Bill's Bullpen, Blaze Brockway Contracting, Buckley, Chemung Canal, Dr. Dozak's, Elm Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, AZ Budget, First Transit, GTP, Hardin, Hilliard, IBM, J. Schultz Massage, Farrell Gas, Junior Enforcers, Jubilee Foods, Just in Time, M&T Bank, Marion Decker, Morrison's, NYSCO PBA, Rodney Strange, Ryan's Distributing, Salem, Save-A-Lot, Seneca Beverage, Shedden's Wholesale, Simmons and Rockwell, Skyworks, Solutions FCU, Southern Tier Custom Fab, Suburban Propane, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, Vasco Brands, Weiss Markets, Wilbur Auto Sales, X-Gen Pharmaceuticals. Thank you all so much for your support this season. It's been a rough one, and here's hoping the Pioneers can make it a good one all summer long. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New extra charge hot and ice.
All right, and the Pioneers back up at the plate now, trying to get something going. As Rafalski goes back to work, the pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. So 0-1, as again, back out there, ready to go. The Pioneers waiting. Taken, 2 balls, no strikes. That's what they have on the board. I thought it was 1-1, but we'll wait and see it when the umpire makes his movement. As again, another attempt here to Montgomery. As the pitch taken. So 2 balls, 1 strike. I thought that was right. Okay. 2-1 the count. As again, Montgomery looking to add some offense here for the Pioneers as they trail by 3 here in the top of the 8th. This one popped up. Should be playable. The right fielder heading over. He dives. Can't make the grab. That will get to the fence. Montgomery is hustling. He's around second, heading for third. Will get in there standing. Montgomery gets all the way to third base after a misplay out there in right field. And the Pioneers are threatening yet again. So, all the way around to third. And now it's Cam Hill up to the dish. He had a home run earlier. We'll see if this is the end of the day for Rafalski. As the Tarp Skunks have someone down in the pen, I believe this may do it. As Rafalski talking with the pitcher and the catcher. Cam Hill, who was able to put one way out there over the Fredonia Place sign there in the right field area, just to the left-hand side of the Pioneers bullpen. So Donovan Montgomery standing on third, as we'll see what Hill can do here. Cam Hill waiting as the umpire breaks up the conference at the mound. Rafalski will stay out there. As again, Hill, in his last at bat, put one over the fence. Has a runner standing at third. And again, the Pioneers down by 3, top of the 8th inning, running out of outs, so they've got to get something going here after giving up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 7th. The wind and the pitch from Rafalski, taken for a ball, 1-0. You wonder if they told him just to go up there and be careful. They don't have anybody over there at first. It would be very easy to put runners on the corners here if Rafalski doesn't want to challenge Hill. The pitch cut on and drilled foul. That will get out of play. And there goes that theory as well. Remind you to make the right decision. Insist on our good friends at Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. 9-6 in favor of the Tarp Skunks right now. Rafalski sets back up as Hill waits for his pitch. The wind, the pitch, taken, ball 2, 2-1. So 2-1 the count as Hill got good wood on a ball earlier. Doesn't need a home run, would just love to get on base here. Get the Pios offense going as this is cut on, drilled up the middle and through and into the outfield, as that will drive in a run. Hill will circle but stay there on first. So 9-7, the Pioneers are looking to try to get something going. So not a bad spot to be in as they bring in the run, a single up the middle, and that brings up Emlyn Petre. So, Petre, they actually did call that a triple earlier on by the official scores, as that's a throw over and not in time as Hill gets back. So, runner on first, tying run at the plate, if Hill can get going here. Around the base pass as Petre slaps that one towards second. A rough hop, thrown to second, and Petre will get there in time. So, the first out is made, but a runner continues to stand on first base as Petre reaches on the fielder's choice. So the fielder's choice lets Petre get in. Erickson, the next man up. Kind of a strange dribbler out to second base there by Petre. As Pioneers trailing just by 2 now. 9-7. Throw over and almost gets away from the first baseman again. Rough throw from Rafalski. Stepping back in, Chris Erickson. The Pioneers needing runs here. Top of the 8th inning. As they wait, the wind, the pitch from Rafalski, taken right down the middle. 0-1. As again, Elmira getting set. Erickson. Speedy if he can get on the base pass, but has to get there first. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out. The pitch, taken for strike 2 on the outside corner. 0-2 as Erickson steps back in. Got to protect the plate now. Aaron Thomas would be next up. So Erickson waits. The check on the runner at first. The pitch. Erickson will take that 1 ball 1. 1 ball 2 strikes. 1-2. Runner standing on first base. A run has crossed here, but the Pioneers still trail by 2. Big innings have been the case for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 2 times in this game, 4 run innings. As the pitch from Rafalski, cut on and missed a swinging strikeout. As 2 outs now for the Pioneers, as that's going to bring up Aaron Thomas. Thomas has struck out, reached with a single, and also flew out to the left fielder in this game. 1-4-3. As the manager checking with the bullpen saying they're ready. So that will be a change on the mound. We will step aside for 30 seconds and be back with some new pitcher information for you. Keep it tuned here to Mixler.com and YouTube Live.
New extra charge hot and iced coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new extra charge hot or iced coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
All right, and we are back here live as we do have a new pitcher, and the new pitcher's stepping out on the mound, trying to get a look. I believe that's 21. They announced it overhead, but I could not hear it as they said it, so I believe that's Matt Henson, the right-handed pitcher out of George Mason. So kind of that peculiar, I don't want to call it submarine, it's almost 3/4 as you watch the pitcher. It's going to be a big one here. They got to get 4 more outs, but the Pioneers do have a runner standing on first base, and the part of the lineup coming up has been hit and miss. Thomas singled back in the first, hasn't done much since, but everybody else has been on base here in the bottom of this order, so some potential for hope here for the Pioneers as they trail by 2 runs. Still have to get 3 outs themselves to get themselves to the top of the 9th. As again, getting set in the final throws here. One more time, the setup pitch, and as I said, I don't know that it's exactly submarine. It doesn't come underneath, but it is very far to the side, almost 3/4. So, another chance here for the Elmira Pioneers as a runner stands on first base. Getting back set. Stepping in goes Aaron Thomas, 1 for 3 on the night. The last time up he did strike out. He needs to get bat on ball here as jumping back over. A good play there by Petre to make sure he doesn't get too far off. So, one more attempt, the wind, the pitch, way outside. This is the danger with the pitchers coming from the side of the body. Once they get the feel, they're dangerous, but until that point, and a lot of times you see them come in as relievers. So we'll see what he can do here. As the wind and the pitch, again, taken, and he's got the feel already. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. As Thomas just looking to put a ball in play and keep this inning alive. Cut on. That one is in play. The pitcher will grab it, throws to first, and the first baseman keeps his foot on the bag, and that will do it for the top of the 8th. The Pioneers have 3 offensive outs left, but first they have to get the Tarp Skunks out here in the bottom of the 8th. It's 9-7 as we head for the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah! Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
Got it.
Oh! 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 Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
All right, well, the Pioneers will come back up to the plate. They had a strikeout there for a second. So Thomas was 1 for 3. The Pioneers will go back to the field. Tom Catania back out there, hopefully to get through a easy inning. The Pioneers need an easy inning so sorely here. As next man coming up, as the Pioneers just trying to get themselves through this. It has not been easy, but it's going to come down to what Catania can do now, as DiMaggio Cazares will be the next man to the plate. 9-7 in favor, as Cazares actually going to be substituted for, as number 6 stepping up. No, that is Cazares. Okay. The umpire made signal as though there was a substitution. The pitch, high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes as Tom Catania going back to work. There was a man up and stretching in the pen for the Pioneers, but it looks like it's going to be Catania's game to finish, as the wind and the pitch cut on and fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. As again, the Pioneers just trying to get 3 quick outs and get themselves back up to the plate. Has been a rough night so far. 9-7, lots of runs. And in the next half inning, we'll make sure to tell you about the out-of-town scoreboard. That one chopped through. Catania tried to barehand it, but that's going to be a single. And again, Jamestown threatening right away. So a single for Cazares. And that's going to bring up Johnny Camps. Camps has had himself a heck of a night. 2 singles, came around to score and struck out. Pioneers could use a good ground ball here. We'll see if Catania can find a way to get one. Catania out of North Essex Community College. Comes set. Campus waits and takes up and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, as Catania goes back. Toes the rubber. Runner on first, getting a 3-step lead over there. As Catania comes set. Campus winds, delivers. Cut on, or no, not cut on. 1 ball, 1 strike, my apologies. As Campus waited on that one, Catania able to get a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Campus back in at the plate. Catania waiting. Again, Jamestown scoring in bunches. 4 runs in the 3rd. Throw over, not in time. 4 runs in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 7th. 1 run in the 4th inning there. It makes 9, and that is where we sit right now. Pioneers scored in the 2nd, and then they scored in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, as that one fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Catania came in and had some issues getting going. Hit the first batter he saw. And now again, the Pioneers trailing by just 2 runs. They had some issues last night. They gave up a lead in the top of the 9th, but were able to come back in the bottom and finish it off. Would love to find something similar here tonight, as that one's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tarpskunks trying to avenge the Sunday afternoon loss to these Pioneers. A 3-2 loss back on Sunday afternoon. Hard to believe that these 2 teams, who have produced a total of 16 runs here tonight, could be held to just 5. And that was just 5 short days ago. Hits on the board reading a bit differently too. 10-9. 2 errors apiece. As now Catania gets set. He winds and delivers. Cut on, popped up. Maybe playable. The third baseman takes a look. Heading over towards the tarp. And makes the grab. Now the runner checking. Heads for second, but will return. As the Pioneers have the first out of the inning on the pop-up in foul territory. So, that's a pop-up over there to the third baseman, and that brings up Mark Tucker. Now the next man, we'll see who comes up. There was about 3 switches back the last time that the 8th position came up in the lineup, so can't quite see from my vantage point who's on deck. As getting back set, Catania waits. The pitch, the runner is off from first, going, thrown down, and that is thrown to the second baseman. Not a chance to catch the runner at second, as I believe that was called a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. No, he's saying 1 strike. My apologies. As 0-1 the count. As Catania getting back set. The wind and the pitch. In there, strike. And I believe that's 0-2, yeah. 0-2, says the home plate umpire, so no balls, 2 strikes. As Catania trying to get another out on the board. Pioneers just want to get back up to the plate. The pitch cut on, drilled towards second, as that'll be scooped up, thrown to first in time as the runner heads to third. So, 2 outs. Pioneers 1 out away from getting out of this inning. The batter will be number 8, which is Julian Ujima, who came in to pinch run last inning. I wasn't sure if he was going to come up to the plate or not. But Ujima steps up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Pioneers trying to get back to the dish and see if they can score 2 runs and tie this one up. Strike there for Tom Catania. 0-1. As again, Catania's night started a little wild, but he's certainly settled down and getting things under control here. The pitch, cut on, popped up. This should be playable. Second baseman making his way in. Shortstop will step in and grab it, and that will do it for the half inning as we will head to the top of the 9th. The Pioneers needing 2 runs to get back into this one. And you're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com and live on YouTube. We'll be back after this.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well.